Even though it's winter, that shall not stop us from doing barbecue.
Well, it's 20 degrees today.
Well, it's still mid-January,
Yeah.
and I want to do barbecue. And we have chosen a beautiful cut of beef here, and it might look like a picanha, but it's a tri-tip. So let's talk a little bit about bovine anatomy before we move on. Here on our cow, we have here the rump, and the picanha lives up here. Here we have the round, and down in the bottom of that lives the tri-tip. So now we know where it comes from. And since we are not going to cut this into steaks as we would the picanha cut, then we're going to cook this as a whole steak, and that means we have to get rid of the fat cap so that we can get some seasoning on the meat. So let's trim that off, shave it off like this until you reach the meat, so we don't lose any meat.
Yeah, we don't need it now as a shield to protect the meat while grilling.
Exactly, because as you can see on the table, we have our sous vide part preparing, so that's how we're going to cook it. While this is in the sous vide, we're going to prepare a beautiful sauce with a little bit of a surprise, and we're going to make some steak fries. It's going to be a good day. Trim them nice, and it looks beautiful. And as you can see, put a memory note here. The grain runs in this direction and over here in this direction. We have to remember that when we cut it later. For the seasoning, we're going to do it pretty simple. We're going to go with some sea salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. And it's a thick cut, so give it some salt here. Use a good sea salt here. And then some freshly cracked pepper. And then we give it a flip here. And then we do the other side, same treatment. Freshly cracked pepper here. When we make the crust later, that's going to give some nice flavor on the outsides here. Then we take our bag, get it open, and see if we can get this lowered in here without making too much of a mess. And then on both sides of this, when it lies correctly, I'm going to add a couple of sprigs of rosemary. Super good flavor for this. And then a couple of garlic cloves, which are cut in half. It doesn't matter so much where they are, because they will just infuse flavor during the hot bath here. So put some on this side also. And then we are ready to get this sealed up. And always remember, do a double seal here, because we don't want any leakages. Water comes in here and you're going to get a lousy end result. This goes into our sous vide, and this is set at 53 degrees, 128 Fahrenheit. And we're going to let it live here for a minimum of 2 hours, because it's a big cut of beef, but you can easily let it go 3.5. This is, as I've said before, stress-free barbecue. And now let's prepare some steak fries. I have here some potatoes that I have washed thoroughly, because we're going to make them for a nice presentation. Then we're going to peel them, but we only peel them in the middle here. And then we leave the skin at the ends. Then we get this nice, let's say, country-style restaurant presentation of the fries. It looks good. And we're going to double fry them, so we get a nice crispy fry, which is soft in the inside and super crispy on the outside. So leave it like this, and then we cut them into fries, half it and quarter, and then down like this. I want them relatively big. I don't want these small skinny fries. I want some nice chunky fries. That's what I like. I'll continue with the rest, and then I'll see you at the fryer. For the first fry, we have it set at 160 degrees, and now we're going to let them fry down here slowly till they get slightly golden brown. Don't take them too far here in the first one, but make sure to shake them so that they don't stick. Let's take a look on our beauties here. And now you see, hang them here. They are golden and starting to get a little bit brown on the edges. This is where we stop them for the first fry. Just let them drip a bit. And I'm going to put them on a cooling rack here, so they can hang out here until we are ready with our tri-tip. Then we will give them the last fry. And that is another part of stress-free barbecue. Time to make a steak sauce. And we have a little surprise here, because we are going to make a Citron peppercorn sauce. If that's not your flavor, then you can go with green peppercorn in brine. There's a link down below how to make that sauce, actually.
It's one of our most popular videos.
True. Got quite good views. The pan is running on low, because we don't want to burn our onions. We want them to fry. And I'm using here a couple of tablespoons of our aromatized beef tallow that we made when we did beef stock. There's also a link down below how to make that. It gives great flavor to a sauce like this. I mean, if you were pan-searing your steak, then you would make the pan sauce based on the fond that's left in the pan. But since we're gonna do the tri-tip over on the barbecue, then this is gonna be how we're going today. And I'll add to that 2 tablespoons of finely chopped shallots. And then we just let this sweat out and get translucent. We don't want them to brown, we just want them to get translucent. Then we add a clove of garlic, or 2 if you are so inclined, but we're just gonna go with 1. That's plenty for us. And now we also wanna add our Citron peppercorn because we want them to roast a little bit to release some flavors and aromas here. What do you say?
And soften up also.
And soften a little bit, yeah. I would say one and a half tablespoon, I would say. That sounds about right to me. Oh man, that smells good. Do you get it? Do you get it?
I can smell it.
That's,
I love Citron pepper. It's more lemonish, more...
Yeah, and then they have that little tang to them, like numbing effect there. It's really good. Let them get aromatic here for 20-30 seconds. Next up is a little bit of fortified wine, vermouth. I don't know how much. It's not a precise measurements here. And then we crank up the heat a little bit so we can get that to evaporate. What was that? A deciliter maybe? That gives also great flavor. By the way, we always use that in our pan sauces over white wine. I think it gives a better flavor actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
I will let that evaporate. When the wine is almost evaporated, we go in with 400 milliliter of our beautiful beef stock. Fantastic product. It's liquid gold, I'm telling you. You really
Link below.
Yes, you need to make that. And 300 milliliter of heavy cream. In with that. And then we're going in with a little bit of a special mustard here. This is in Danish, ramsløg. That's wild garlic mustard from a small artisan mustard factory in Svendborg in Denmark. And it smells amazing. So we're going in with a big teaspoon, maybe teaspoon and a half of this to give some good flavor. A pinch of salt, and then we're going to let this cook. And when we reach the right consistency, like you see here, you get a short sauce trail, nothing too long. You don't want it too thick. Another way of testing, take a spoon, coat the backside and drag your finger. If it stays like that, you're good to go. And this is good sauce.
You're full of tricks and tips, baby.
Yeah. It needs a little bit of salt, like a pinch more of salt, like that. And then stir that in. And I'm killing the heat, putting a lid, and then we will rewarm it when we are ready to serve. 2.5 hours in, the barbecue is warming up, so everything is ready. So now it's time to get our beautiful tri-tip out of here. Or beautiful, that's an overstatement, because right now it's not very beautiful, but it will be.
It will be, for
it
sure.
Will be, it will be, yeah. That's a promise.
Right now it's promising.
Yeah, it's promising, but it ain't pretty. So, open up the back here and have some paper towel ready, because we want to pat it dry, otherwise we're not going to get a good sear. So here we go. Cooked to medium rare perfection. 53 all the way through.
Perfect.
So now it's time to make sure we have a dry surface, because otherwise the sear is not going to be very good. And don't worry about the spices, because they have done their work already.
Job, yeah.
They have done their job and they are fully infused. And you see already here, you can see it, because there was a gush from the butcher.
Yes.
Not me, from the processing plant. This is perfect, medium rare. Now a little trick here with sous vide. You want to leave this to rest for maybe 8 to 10 minutes, something like that. Let the surface cool down just a little bit so you don't get a gray zone around the edges. So take it down maybe to 51 degrees on the surface before you put it on the grill.
And then barbacoa.
Barbacoa, and I miss the smell of that.
Me too.
So see you at the grill. The barbecue has been preheating for quite some time and it's blazing hot. And I have it running with a mixture of olive pit briquettes and oak charcoal. And I did the mixture because the briquettes, they carry a much higher temperature, but the oak charcoal gives good flavor to the meat. So a little bit of a mixture here. So let's get a sear on this one. Oh,
that's the sound, baby.
That's the sound. And let it stretch out here. And now we're gonna give that a good sear on all sides. Let's see how we are doing here. That looks just amazing. Look at that crust we got
that's
here.
the color you want.
Beautiful. Do the same to the other side. Close the lid, because if you're looking, you ain't cooking. And it's done, and it's beautiful. Now we're gonna put this back in our pan, and we're gonna cover it with some aluminum foil to rest it a little bit while we finish our potatoes. And now for the second fry, we have it set at 180 degrees, and we go back with our now cold potatoes. And we let them fry, and that's gonna get the crispy crunch on the outside. And our fries, they are beautiful golden brown. That's what you wanna see. And this finishes in no time. This was literally 3 minutes. Beautiful, huh?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and then they go out on our rack here. As much as a single layer as I can. A couple we missed, that doesn't matter, because I want to get some salt on them straight away while they are warm. So it sticks. Ooh, that looks good. So we're ready to serve, huh? And now it's the moment of truth. Let's see how we did here. Get it out of here. And then I want to cut it from the thick end here so you can see exactly how we did. As we talked about before, the grain runs a little bit in different directions, but from this corner, they run like this. So if I cut from here, you should be able, oh my God, that is just perfect.
Oh, so juicy.
Medium rare juiciness, look at that, I mean.
Oh la la.
This is just beautiful. I mean, depending how rare you want it, you can take it to 54, 55 degrees internal, but this is definitely where I like to have it, like medium rare, red, wall to wall. And then we're gonna pour over a little bit of our beautiful sauce to give it a tester here, because now I need to test. And I'm sure this is good. It smells good, it looks good, and it's tender, I can feel it.
I can feel it also, and I'm always behind the camera.
We are back to I rest my case. This is a fantastic cut of beef, and the Citron peppercorn sauce is an absolute delight. I mean, you really need to give this a shot. But I didn't check my fries yet, so let me dip that in some sauce. It deserves it. What's not to like here? Steak fries, tri-tip, Citron peppercorn sauce. Perfect.